children and I were home doing what we always did. My two children, Ellie, who was 4 at the time, and Dominic, who was 2, were both napping. This fact came to be a huge blessing, other than just letting Mommy and Daddy get some things done around the house. We just come home the day before from a wonderful 4th of July weekend getaway at Crystal Mountain. I'm sure I had mountains of laundry to do and unpacking to take care of, but in between my nagging chores, I decided to watch the Casey Anthony verdict on TV. You see, I was glued to this case from the day little Casey Anthony went missing. I was emotionally invested, and so was my heart. Hoping and praying for a guilty verdict, I sat glued to the TV. While anxiously awaiting the news, I told Mike, my heart is racing. I'm so nervous, I just want her to be guilty. He attributed my nervousness to my typical nerves that he frequently sees, and I'm sure we both thought it was nothing out of the ordinary. He went outside to finish cleaning out the car while I awaited the verdict. I am told that shortly after the verdict was read, I came outside and told Mike that I felt like I was going to faint. I lied down on the front porch and closed my eyes. He quickly came over to me with concern. He carried me inside and laid me down on the couch. He knew something was wrong because I was not responding. By the grace of God, he did not hesitate to call 911. Paramedics arrived within minutes. I was experiencing ventricular tachycardia, which is an extremely fast, abnormal heart rhythm. The paramedics then felt my last heartbeat. My heart stopped. I went into sudden cardiac arrest. Here I am, lying on my living room floor, with the paramedics frantically trying to bring me back. I'm told they shocked my heart about 8 times to no avail at home. They immediately began CPR, which provided the oxygen my brain needed that my heart could not pump. All the while, my children happened to stay asleep with all of this chaos going on. And my husband was talking to a police officer in the kitchen while witnessing my life slip away. He later told me that he was thinking, this can't be happening. How am I going to tell our little girl that her mommy isn't coming home? I was rushed to Mercy Hospital ER in Muskegon, where they continued working on me as I still did not have a heartbeat. After 15 minutes and 7 more shots to my heart in the ER, God breathed new life into me. My heart started beating again. It was a miracle. God was working through those professionals that day and helped them to persistently work on bringing me back. After regaining a heartbeat, they stabilized me and medically induced a coma for 48 hours to protect my brain. Mike was rejoicing that my heart was beating again, but the doctors were uncertain whether I'd even wake up from the coma. They cautioned him of the risks and potential brain damage that may have occurred. 2 days later, they slowly warmed my body and waited for me to wake up. My mom knew I was okay when I said, "Mom, don't leave me." I have no memory of any of this except for scattered memories of the 8 days I was in the hospital, including 3 in Grand Rapids. I was transferred to Spectrum Hospital for additional tests to try to figure out what happened and why. I had already undergone an MRI, a heart cath, an EKG, an echocardiogram, and a CAT scan at Mercy. Electrophysiology tests were performed at Spectrum, along with some genetic testing for which the results would come weeks later. Here I am almost 8 months later with no explanation for my heart stopping. I have no health history, no family history, and what all of the doctors are calling a strong, healthy heart. I now have an ICD, or an implantable cardioverter defibrillator, just in case. Everyone says that I now have an internal ER, which should be comforting. I live my life differently now. I live for the day. Each day has been a gift. 5th, 2011, but I also was brought back. My only explanation is that my heart really did break that day for Kaylee, but God gave me a second chance. A number of other miracles also occurred that day. My kids were both sleeping, which was amazing because my daughter had already outgrown her naps. Mike happened to be home, which was a normal work day for him. I went outside to tell Mike instead of just laying down on the couch. He called 911 immediately. The paramedics arrived before my heart stopped. CPR was administered right away. The ER staff and paramedics never stopped working on me. I did not suffer any brain damage, and I still have a strong, healthy heart. It's amazing. I am just one person to tell you that we cannot take our beating hearts for granted. I was a 31-year-old healthy woman who suffered a life-threatening condition. I will forever thank God for my life and for my husband who acted at just the right time. I am also thankful for the American Heart Association